Now let's begin with the ad code implementation. We'll be implementing the chat GPT generated ad code in the publisher's website. So we are right now in the publisher's website. Let's access its backend, and they have used a lot of things. One thing that they have used is code snippets to implement the ad code. So in step 1 we are seeing, let's refresh. The goal is to implement the first ad unit correctly. That is, let me scroll down and fetch its name. This is the top header ad unit, and by using the head and body sections separately, not clubbed in together. Now they have clubbed this together like you can see, but we would implement this separately. And what we'll do is we'll fetch in the chat GPT header code in here, starting from script and ending with script. We are coming in here, okay, and pasting this in here. Okay, so we pasted this in here, and then this code would be duplicate, but let's retain this code, and I am simply commenting it out, okay, the header code, so that if anything goes wrong we simply uncomment it and remove it. So just ensuring that we follow the right practices. Now how do we rest ensure that this is the comment? This has changed its color, and you can see this is a comment because it's in orange right now. Okay, so what has happened, this code has come in here. Then we have our script code header that we are going to remove, and this we are going to place inside the body section. Okay, so this looks good. Okay, so yeah, and right now, just to ensure that we are not getting any errors, so what I'll do is I would remove these other ad units because this should not confuse them, just retaining this this top ad unit in here, the top header. Rest when we progress, because right now we are doing this step by step, starting with first ad unit. So we have placed in the code only for this ad unit, but this is separate, head and body code separated. Now let's save this. Okay, now it's telling us to clear the cache. Let's verify if the changes that we applied are working correctly. Now as an end result, what we'll see is we should just see this ad unit loading correctly. Okay, we are seeing this loading correctly, but how do we ensure that our new code is working? So let's actually go into the code and verify that. So guys, see, you can see our commented code, and this is the new ad code that we provided. So rest assured, we can confirm that this is working. Now we would do this step for all the ad units. Let's now go into chat GPT once again, copy this complete code once again. We tested that it's working for all the ad units. So let's now do this for all the ad units, removing this in here and pasting the code in here. Now this contains code for all the ad units, and again what we'll do is in top header we have removed it. Now for the footer section we are removing this head code because our head code right now is in the header section, even for this ad unit *5. So how do we check that? Okay, so in here let's search for *5. So yeah, we have implemented this code in the header, so we are removing it, header code for this *5 ad unit. Let's pick this up in here and remove it, and especially the GPT.js because we are trying to clear this warning right now. Okay, They are giving us warning, please use tab for indentation. Okay, let's use in tab. Okay, that still gives us the warning, but we can ignore that. Now let's save the changes. Okay, so let's check the *5 add unit. Yeah, this add unit is working correctly. Now we'll fix all these errors in the footer add unit as well, because their div IDs might not be matching. So this is an error you get when the div IDs in the head doesn't match that of the body. So to fix it, we have to ensure that the div IDs in the head are exactly identical to the div IDs passed in the body. Now how do we fix that? To fix this, we find where this add unit is implemented. So I found that this was implemented by this flat PM add unit, and I'm checking the so this is the add unit. Now let's check in the div ID. So does the div ID matches? Okay, so the div ID is actually matching as well. Now why don't we see the ad? We didn't see the ad because publisher has actually applied a targeting for this footer, so it is only loading on posts and pages. That's why we don't see this ad. Right now what we'll do is we would firstly again remove this header code. Okay, this is done. Let's save these settings, save block. Now what we'll need to do is we'll need to check on an article page. So for an article page, whether we are seeing this correctly implemented. Yeah, so for an article page we are seeing this correctly implemented. And when we go on home page, there's still a warning. Why? Because that has a targeting applied. This flat CM, this add unit is not eligible to serve on all the pages. So we have applied if we switch to all types it will serve, but right now that is the publisher requirement, so no, I am not making any changes in here. Let's now navigate to our ad inserter. Okay, so via plugins, install plugins, and perform the fixes that we performed in earlier in ad inserter. So simply what we are doing is we are simply removing the header script 1 and retaining the body code 2. Three, 4. Okay, let's now save these settings. Navigate to the website and verify if everything is working. So sidebar, article 2 and article 1, top header. Okay, now we're going to an article page, footer, sidebar, in articles, article 2 and article 3, before post, top header. And let's go to page request and see what all warnings we are getting. Now this is still like the errors that are left, and we would address them. Now we see these errors. Now let's try to address this second error in particular related to the sidebar add unit. So let's find in where is the sidebar add unit located. So I checked in with the publisher and he's implemented this inside the widgets. So the same thing we did in earlier, we are going to do with this sidebar add unit. We are going to remove the header code from in here. So in here, let's remove the header code and click on update. Okay, navigating to the site again and seeing whether this error persists. Great. Now we are gone and we have fixed these errors, and we only see like one particular error. Now to fix this error, we can simply implement the body add code. So remember what it says, defined slot is called without a matching display call. So our display call is missing. This might be intent